Hi, I'm James from Roland, and I'm at full compass to share with you some of the features of the TD-17 sound module. This module was built from the ground up, and it shares the same DNA and sound engine as its big brother, the flagship TD-50 module. The layout is very simple, so it's a very user-friendly module to control, and it has 6 main buttons and a big wheel in the center so you can easily get around the different menus and explore all the different sounds. So let's jump in. You'll notice on the front of the panel, you'll have an assign button, a level button, a user sample, tuning, muffling, and other. And let's start with the assign button. Under this button, you'll notice it brings up a new picture of a bass drum, and if you strike a different pad, it'll bring up a picture of what is assigned to that pad. What I mean is, if I strike the tom, it'll bring up a picture of a tom and the sound source, the cymbal. Again, it'll show me that I have an 18-inch thin crash selected. So if I want to change a sound, I can easily scroll through all the different sounds that are built into the module, and that's about 300 different sounds. Another nice thing with the TD-17 is that I can layer sounds. So you'll notice there's a sub menu. I push that, and I can turn the sub on, and I can layer 2 different sounds on one pad and 2 different sounds. Any sound that's built into the module, I can layer with another sound. You can also layer in your own sounds, as we'll get in the user sample section. As I mentioned, the TD-17 gives you the ability to load in any sample you want. So if I go under the user sample menu, I can scroll through all of my samples that are loaded into the module, and I can preview. So if I'm confused, maybe I don't remember which sound that I wanted that I uploaded before, I can preview very quickly the sounds that are in this folder. You can also adjust the length of the sample in the module. So let's say you upload your own sample and you want to trim the beginning or trim the tail of the sample. Go into Adjust, Start, End, hit Enter, and you'll have a graphic readout of the WAV file, and you can scroll through and cut and edit right on the module. Again, you have your tuning function, and as I mentioned in a previous video, one thing that's really nice in this module is I can tune, if you will, the cymbals. So if I hit a cymbal pad and I have a cymbal sound selected, you'll notice that I can change the size of the cymbal from a 1-inch cymbal, splash cymbal, all the way up to a 40-inch cymbal that sounds more like a gong. So you can have a lot of fun tailoring and customizing your cymbal sounds. If I want to change the tuning of a drum, just hit maybe the snare drum pad. You'll have the snare drum brought up, and you can easily scroll through and dial in the pitch of the instrument. Very, very simple and intuitive. We also have a muffling button, and this gives you the ability to gradually increase or decrease muffling on any sound source. So let's pick the snare drum pad. Now I can scroll through, adding a little bit of tape or muffling to the head. You'll notice that it gradually takes out some of those overtones that you hear. I can also add muffling to the cymbals. So if you want to control the ring of the cymbals and maybe create some funky new sounds, it's a really, really great feature that's on the TD-17. Under the other section, this is where you can customize your ambience, maybe add a little multi-effects, and adjust the pad EQ of each sound source. So let's go over some of the ambience settings. One thing that's quite powerful in the TD-17 is all the different reverbs and ambience settings that you'll get. So we don't just give you like a level of reverb, we give you the ability to customize the room size, what the room is made of, like if it's cement or if it's made of wood, and the shape, if it's maybe a square or multi-angled room, it'll affect the ambience. So you're able to kind of customize and build your room, if you will. You can also adjust the positioning of the mics. So if you like a large reverb or a large kind of sounding kit, maybe you want the mics all the way on the ceiling, and that will give you a really, really full ambient kind of sound. We also have a lot of different effects that are loaded onto the TD-17 module, from different types of delays all the way to distortions. So let's kind of go through and put some different effects on the snare drum so we can create some cool new sounds. I want to make sure I have my effects on, and I want to go to the send button so you can send your sound to each individual pad or not. So I'm just going to make sure everything is on right now. Tape echo, reverse delay, 3-tap pan delay, an overdrive delay, distorted delay, chorus, space delay, and let's add a phaser. Another feature that Roland is known for is our coaching features, and this is no exception on the TD-17. We've added a bunch of different coaching modes so you can practice your drumming skills. So we have a time check, which tracks your time and gives you a graphic readout of if you're maybe ahead or behind the beat. We also have a quiet count, which is a metronome that drops out, and so you can test to see if you're steady and if you are kind of right in time with the metronome when it goes away. Very challenging. And we also have a warm-up section, which goes through a bunch of different rhythmic patterns to get you warmed up and ready to play. Another great feature in the TD-17 KV and the TD-17 KVX models is Bluetooth connectivity. So you can wirelessly stream music from your smartphone or tablet right into the module. And you can also wirelessly send MIDI data right into your favorite recording apps. I'm James from Roland. If you have any further questions on the TD-17, please go to fullcompass.com or contact your Full Compass sales pro.